Yo, listen up, we're here to explain.
Brand new DLC for Firefighting Simulator Ignite has come out, and it's called Summer Camp, and it only provides 2 additional missions. And I think possibly, although I haven't quite confirmed it, it may, but may not, also provide some additional side mission possibilities. Although I'm not 100% convinced on that. I'd love clarity from the devs on that one, but so far I'm a little bit uncertain. Still, the DLC on its own is about £4.50, something like that, and I think actually it's a really reasonable price for 2 extremely challenging missions. But, so whilst I highly recommend the DLC, and I still think Firefighting Simulator Ignite is a fantastic game, unfortunately, what this DLC does is highlight the limitations of the game, and that's what I'm going to have to talk about today. So, still 100% stand by my review. It's a brilliant game, fantastic game, but first key thing is that the more fire there is, and the bigger it is, and the more intense that fire becomes, the more your frames are going to get hit. Now, I've got a half-decent PC here, nothing seriously amazing, but I could play in 4K quite happily, but when things get serious, I am down to about 15 frames per second. Now, as you put the fire out and things get under control, the FPS comes back up. So if you're really sensitive to low FPS, this is something you need to be aware of, okay? It's very, very demanding on your system. I've said this in my review. It continues to be the case, just because the fires now that I'm interacting with are much, much bigger than the first 4 or 5 hours worth of gameplay that I had, where it was much smaller and easier to deal with. So bear that in mind. But that isn't the key issue. The key issue is the AI. Now, on the smaller missions where there's like 1 building, 1 fire, they're okay. Now, the animations and the capabilities of the AI, I think, are sublime. The way they can climb up a ladder, through a window, get a person and take them out again, that is brilliant. Unfortunately, that level of intelligence, decision making, is not consistent, and the bigger and more difficult the missions become, the less effective the AI become. So let me just focus on this for a few minutes. AI related issues that desperately need fixing. Now, when I say desperately need fixing, I don't mean in a year's time. I mean, if they don't resolve this quickly, the reviews on this game are going to absolutely tank, and the opinion of this game is going to absolutely tank. If you keep releasing DLCs before you fix these problems, people are quite rightly going to kick off. Okay, so developers, get your pen and pencil out and start writing this down and fixing these problems. Each AI member, and there are 3 in total, I say needs to be able to take a minimum of 4 orders in succession. So I want you to go and do 1, 2, 3, 4. Minimum 4 things. I want you to open this door, I want you to search and rescue this room, and then I want you to start putting the fire out, and then I want you to open this door over here. Yeah? That's 4 things. Now, you want to be able to just leave that AI now and let him go and do it. And he needs to come back to you with relevant, useful communication. So, the AI are brilliant at saying, I found an unconscious victim, but they don't pick them up. I have found a electrical source point, but they don't turn it off. They need to do these things just instinctively. Or say to you, I found an unconscious victim, do you want me to bring them out? Yes. I found a electrical power box, do you want me to turn it off? Give us the option to say yes. I also think that every command you put in, so let's say I kick open a door, I see 3 victims, I want that one picked up, and I'll take this one. I want them to be named victim 1, 2 and 3, and then over the radio comms, victim 1 has been recovered. Excuse me, still getting over COVID. Victim 1 has been recovered, victim 2 has been recovered, and obviously you've got victim 3, so you don't need to worry about it. But do you understand what I mean? Because over the radio they just say victim recovered, and you've got no idea which one of the 3 victims that you've just asked them to pick up are the ones that they picked up. And the amount of times that I've failed a mission when I've told somebody to pick somebody up and they haven't done it. And they haven't done it for whatever reason. I have no idea. The AI get strung up on what they're doing all the time. Simple rule number 1. I'm in effing charge. And it does make me cross. This game is so good. It really gets the stress levels right up there. You don't want people to die. You desperately want to complete the mission. And the AI stupidity does get on my nerves. I am in charge. If I give you a command, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're sat on the toilet having a poo. Get up and go and do what I've just told you to do. That's a basic number one. I also think all communications need to be on their own thread because it's getting interference. I am running around, I've given up with the AI, I'm running around doing everything by myself, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, I can't do that, sir. Yes, sir, I get on that straight away, blah, 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 blah. These are messages coming back to me 15 minutes after I sent them because it's all getting hung up on a thread. The thread is obviously trying to deal with the fire situation, etc., etc., etc. Needs to be sorted out. Equally, the AI need to understand fires, buildings, and their equipment better. I think whatever you're doing now is wrong. You can't identify a fire as a fire because fires spread, and fires touch this building and that building. What you want to be able to do is say, you get in that building and put the fire out. You get on that building's roof and put the fire out. You stand outside and put that building's fire out. Make it building related because there's always a building involved, or a tree or something, an object of some sort. Focus on that. Don't go anywhere else. Don't get distracted until that job has been completed. That's what we need to be able to say to them to do. But the AI are completely ineffective at putting out or controlling fires. I could put 3 AI onto one building and I could put the building next to it out quicker than the 3 of them can do that one building. In fact, they won't be able to do it. I'll have to go in there and help them. Part of the reason is the AI need to use the spray mechanism. The brilliance of the spray mechanism is it can be used as a shield. So you can push the fire back and not get killed yourself. And by soaking the floor and soaking the area around you, you're taking heat out of the area. But also that spray sucks the oxygen away from the fire, so it puts the fire out. It's one of the most effective techniques for putting fire out. It's insane. But you have to go inside the building and push it back and think about it logically and work your way systematically back so that A, it doesn't sneak around behind you and you're trapped, but B, you don't want it. You don't just want to clear the left-hand side of the room because the right-hand side of the room will spread round. You've got to do it logically, but they don't do it at all. What they tend to do is put it on spray, power hose rather, and they go outside and spray in to try and put a fire out. It's totally ridiculous and it's totally ineffective. It does not work. And even when they do come inside, which is very rare, they still keep it on power hose and don't use the spray hose. It's so stupid, and that's probably the most important thing that needs to change. If that one thing changed, it would change everything. The AI comms need a total overhaul. The way in which we communicate with them is that pop-up screen, absolute trash. Absolute trash. What I want to be able to do is press D-pad left, up pops a little menu, I go up and down the menu, and press right, and then press click for whatever I want. I don't want all this faff. It's slow, it's cumbersome, it's awkward, it's crap. We also need to be able to control the AI from the ladder hose. So if we're up on the ladder hose and I'm trying to spray the tops of the buildings, I still need to be able to say to the AI, go here, do this. This is why I think it needs a complete overhaul for the AI communication system. Also, if we put somebody on the ladder, we need to be able to say to them, get up on the ladder and don't go anywhere else. And then, if I tell you to focus on this fire here, what I'm not asking you to do is get off the ladder and go and look at the fire. I want you to use the ladder to put that fire out. At the moment, that just doesn't work. Equally, the AI are smart enough to switch over to foam when they find a certain fire that needs foam, but they're not smart enough to switch back to water afterwards. That's just ridiculous, and that ruins missions, because I'm the only guy with water and they're all spraying foam at a fire, and it's ineffective against massive fire. There are numerous AI glitches and bugs where the AI members just stand still. I had one incident where all 3 of them just stopped receiving commands from me and just refused any sort of command, didn't move, became completely stuck. I've had other issues where the AI will just run, disappear, spawn back where they started, run, disappear, spawn back where... Things like this have got to be fixed. I don't want to see any more DLCs until this is working properly, because as much as I love this game, and I really, really do, this is destroying it. Last thing I want to say is, once these things have been fixed, the AI, and the performance has been looked at. There's one more thing that needs to be resolved, and that's expert mode, because at the moment it's far too much like a game. This summer camp again highlights the fact that it's a game. They'd have no children in there. I get that. I understand why. But to be honest with you, this is real life stuff, firefighting, and unfortunately children do die. So I think they should be in there out of respect for them, rather than disrespecting them and turning something as serious as this into a game. Just my humble opinion. But expert mode. We need vehicles to be persistent. So if we use all the Halligans and we don't put them back on the truck and bring them back with us, then there's no Halligans in the truck. We need to, I think, restock fire extinguishers, Halligans, things like that on the truck. And I also think missions should come in by themselves. So instead of us picking missions, expert mode should be we're milling about waiting for a mission to come in. I mean, obviously you need some sort of reasonable time frame for a mission to come in, but I think they should just come in randomly. We have no idea what they are. Equally, I don't want a cutscene giving us sneak peeks of information about victims, location, things like that. I just want basic info. There's an electrical fire, 3 known victims. We don't know what the source of the fire is. We don't know how many victims there are. So don't tell us how many victims there are. And don't cancel a mission if one of the victims dies. Because unfortunately, in the real world, people do die in fires, and sometimes there is no way on earth to save everybody. And I think the overall score should reflect this, to be quite honest with you. I think it should be a percentage of the number of victims that survived, how much of the building has survived, and how long it took you. And then those three scores should be calculated together, and that should be your overall score. I also think that if there are conscious victims in the building, then maybe they should tell us about other people. My mum's upstairs, Steve is in the basement. Where's Gary? Gary was in the kitchen. Where's Gary? You know, things like that. You go, okay, sounds like we've got someone in the kitchen. Does anyone know where the kitchen is? Let's try and find the kitchen, that sort of thing. And also I think missions, if you want this game to survive, you've got to get rid of this linear gameplay style where every mission is a single entity. It's the same every time we do it. We want dynamic missions. The fire starts at a source and it spreads. And then who knows what's going to happen, and how long has it been burning before we get the call? How long does it take us to get there? That sort of thing. The number of victims should be random, as should the location of them. You know, they shouldn't be in the same rooms every time. There shouldn't be the same number of people. The information that we get before the mission starts shouldn't be the same every time. It needs to be dynamic. That way, the game will never, ever, ever get boring. Because I don't want to go back and do a mission that I already know where everybody is. There's no challenge to that. That's boring. In fact, it's very gamified. You're now forcing me to ignore what I'm seeing in favour of running straight to a window that I wouldn't have otherwise gone to and saving somebody's life. Because I know they're there already. That just ruins the game. So yes, whilst I recommend Firefighting Simulator Ignite and I recommend the DLC, I definitely think these issues, especially the AI issues, need to be fixed before any more DLC is released, because you're just going to insult people if you don't. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Goodbye for now.
Yo, we ain't playing games, we bringing the truth. Sim UK reviews, letting you know what to do. Here at Sim UK we simulate reality, ultimate realism, that's our duality. No fake reviews, you know we keep it right. Fact-based honesty, shining bright at night. We dive into details, uncover the facts. With the bass lined up and feel the groove that stacks. Electric guitar riffs cutting through the noise, bringing real talk to the savvy consumer's choice. Got to do it, we also slick, you're bound to succeed. You want the truth, we're the ones you need. No gimmicks, no lies, just the highs and the lows. Positives, negatives, man, everybody knows. Fellow Sim fans, gather round, don't you fret. Sim UK reviews the best you'll get. ready to ignite. Positives and negatives laid out on the floor. Trust in Sim UK, we got plenty in store. No fake ratings, just a straight up deal. Building a community, that's the real feel. Let's celebrate the sim life together, we strive. In the land of simulation, we help you thrive. So here we are, turn up the sound. With Sim UK reviews, you know we're renowned. Bringing you the truth with a playful twist. In the world of reviews, we simply can't be missed. Sim UK, that's where you wanna be. Join the revolution, come and feel